Before this video starts, I wanted to inform every single last viewer of this video that I have started a GoFundMe for the Inoue Fulton fight. I'm trying to go to Japan and raise some money and get you guys great content out there in Japan. And I'm going to try to be out there for at least a month. And I'm going to need you guys' help to get you guys that great content and make this thing happen. So if you're interested in helping me with that, the GoFundMe link will be down below in the description and in the pinned comments. So help me out and help me help you help True School Sports get to the land of the rising sun for Inoue Fulton. It is the road to Japan. So yeah, help me out with that and enjoy the video.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, interesting stuff coming out that Golden Boy Promotions camp. You guys, I'm sure you guys by now have seen the picture, the infamous picture of Terence Crawford and Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins in the Golden Boy offices, and they said that pretty much something big is brewing. So that happened, and then, you know, at the Alexis Rocha George Ashley fight, Oscar De La Hoya pretty much talked about how there were discussions with Crawford about how they could present to him a schedule of fights that could be on the road to eventually making the Errol Spence Jr. fight. You know, so obviously that would include the likes of guys like Alexis Rocha and against the likes of guys like Vergil Ortiz. Now, I'm going to come out and I'm going to get out in front of it. It's January 30th, 10:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in South Florida. I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to get out in front of it early, and I'm just going to say it like this. I'm going to give you guys a bold prediction. I truly believe that Terence Crawford and Vergil Ortiz will fight at some point in the near future. And when they fight, not only do I think Terence Crawford and Vergil Ortiz, not only do I think it'll be the biggest fight in the welterweight division, but I also think it'll be a unification fight. I think by that time, it'll be a unification fight. And let me explain. Let me explain why I think Terence Crawford versus Vergil Ortiz sooner rather than later becomes the fight in the welterweight division. Now, as it stands right now, Vergil Ortiz is in the process of going the WBA route. He has to beat a very tough opponent in Imantas Stanionis, which is not a gimme. He's got to beat him, right? If he beats him, he then becomes the WBA regular champion, the secondary champion. He gets that belt. If he gets that belt, if Errol Spence does what I think he's going to do, which is ultimately drop the belts after the Keith Thurman fight and vacate the belts that he has, then his WBA belt becomes vacant. And then now, Vergil Ortiz, who's already in position as regular champion, gets upgraded to WBA full welterweight world champion, which then, thus in turn, creates a scenario where you have Vergil Ortiz versus Terence Crawford in a WBO, WBA unification fight. And ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy how life works out? You know, 1 minute PBC may have control of the division. The next minute, they might be finding themselves getting checkmated by Oscar De La Hoya. It's crazy how life works when you don't do things the right way. It's crazy how life can work. But listen, that's what I think is going to happen ultimately, guys. I think Terence Crawford winds up signing a Golden Boy. I think Vergil Ortiz fights Stanionis, right? Vergil Ortiz fights Stanionis April 29th. He beats him, right? I think probably in the middle of this year at some point, I'm going to say like late summer to early fall, Terence Crawford maybe fights Alexis Rocha at that time. I think he beats Rocha. So Vergil wins his fight against Stanionis, Crawford wins his fight against Rocha. That then sets up the fight between them later on in the year. Could it happen at Cowboy Stadium? Oscar wants it there. We shall soon see. But between now and if all those events transpire, if Crawford beats Rocha, Vergil beats Stanionis, between now and those two things happening, I could see Errol Spence dropping the belts. He drops the belts, Vergil gets upgraded, boom, you have a unification fight by either the end of this year or in the early stages of next year. So I'm just telling you guys, watch this space, watch this very close. Watch what may happen. Watch how quickly tables will turn in this welterweight division, because I just don't think Crawford Spence is going to happen. It's a figment of our imagination. If you're out here, I'm going to say it like this. If you're one of these Errol Spence fanboys, if you're out here saying that Errol's going to come back from 154 to 147 after the Thurman fight, after he was just bitching and moaning this past October about how hard it was to make the weight and how it's not fun no more, when he can go up to 54, right? He can go up to 154. And PBC has a whole truckload of fights for him. They got Tony Harrison, they got Tim Tszyu, they got Castaño, they got Charlo if he wants to go down that route, fight his friend. They got all kinds of fights for him at 54. So it would be easier, promotionally speaking, for PBC to make fights for Spence. It would be an easier weight cut for him. And the most important thing, he won't have to fight Terence Crawford. He won't have to take his L against Terence Crawford. So that's why he's going to go to 54. So mark these words. Terence Crawford versus Vergil Ortiz winds up becoming the welterweight fight in the division in 2023 or maybe even early 2024. But at some point in time, these scenarios, I'm telling you, I believe are going to play out, and Terence Crawford and Vergil Ortiz winds up being a unification fight in the welterweight division. Maybe at Cowboy Stadium, as Oscar would say. So, yeah. Leave your comments down below. What do you guys think? Is your boy BT crazy? Am I trying to be like the Miss Cleo of the YouTube box community? Or do you believe that there's validity and that there's legitimacy to the claims that I'm making? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.